begin. Federal lawsuit filed to obtain records related to secret Comey and Obama meetings by Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. On Wednesday, Daily Caller and conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch filed a federal lawsuit. The lawsuit seeks to obtain records related to secret meetings between disgraced former FBI Director James Comey and failed former President Barack Obama. Comey's statements regarding the times he met with Obama conflict with other statements he made on record, I would assume. From the Daily Caller News Foundation and the watchdog group Judicial Watch filed a lawsuit in federal court Wednesday seeking records to determine the actual number of times and reasons former FBI Director James Comey met with then-President Barack Obama. The request by the two organizations was filed because the former FBI director claimed he rarely met with Obama. I remember him saying that. And he was an independent and nonpartisan leader of the nation's top law enforcement agency. The parties filed the lawsuit Wednesday in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia. Comey's impartiality about his relationship with Obama was sharply called into question by the Senate Committee on the Judiciary when its chairman, Iowa Republican Senator Chuck Grassley, uncovered a private, undisclosed meeting Comey held with Obama on January 5, 2017, 2 weeks before Trump's inauguration. The DCNF, that was from Susan Rice's email or something there. The DCNF requested records that identify and describe all meetings between former FBI Director James Comey and President Barack Obama in its Freedom of Information Act request before the FBI, which it filed February 19th. On May 22nd, the conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch sought records for a broader set of Comey's meetings, including Obama Vice President Joe Biden and top figures. Its request included records written or ordered written by FBI Director James Comey summarizing his conversations with any of the following individuals: Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Senator Chuck Schumer, Representative Nancy Pelosi, and Senator John McCain. Their time frame for its request was between September 4th, 2013 and May 9th, 2017. Comey has carefully parsed his words about his interactions with Obama in his June 8, 2017 testimony before the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. He suggested his first-hand meetings with the Democratic president were rare. He claimed he only spoke to Obama twice, once in 2015 and another to say goodbye in late 2016, according to the former FBI director's testimony. As FBI director, I interacted with Obama. I spoke only twice in 3 years. He said I spoke alone with the president twice in person and never on the phone. Once in 2015 to discuss law enforcement policy issues, and a second time briefly for him to say goodbye in late 2016, Comey's opening statement to the Senate Intelligence Committee read. You remember that. Grassley, along with South Carolina GOP Senator Lindsey Graham, who is a Judiciary Subcommittee chairman, discovered through the National Archives that Obama met with Comey on January 5th, 2017, 2 weeks before Trump's inauguration. But that slipped Comey's mind. I mean, I'm sure it was an innocent mistake for sure. So Susan Rice is Obama's national security advisor. There it is. Recorded the meeting in an email around 12 p.m. on Inauguration Day. She addressed the email to herself. President Obama had a brief follow-up on conversation with FBI Director Comey and Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates in the Oval Office, Rice stated in a February 8th, 2017. But this Comey didn't remember that January 5th meeting. It just slipped his mind. I mean, he should have been, put behind bars just for that, automatically. Anyway, moving right along here. In a February 8th, 2017 letter to Rice, Grassley, and Graham wrote, "It strikes us as odd that among your activities in the final moments on the final day of the Obama administration, you would feel the need to send yourself such an unusual email purporting to document a conversation involving President Obama and his interactions with the FBI regarding the Trump/Russia investigation." Biden and Yates joined Rice and Obama in the meeting. By failing to inform the Congress about the January 5th meeting, Comey may have deliberately misled Congress about his interaction with the former president. Comey has carefully groomed his image as a non-political arbiter, but his reputation for fairness came under heated attack during the 2016 presidential election when he recommended no charges against Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton over her use of a private email server for official government business in a July 5th, 2016 press conference. Comey called it extremely careless, but not a crime. He later infuriated Democrats when he reopened the investigation 11 days before the election. So what? Why are you aggravated? He didn't do it. She did it to herself. He had no choice. He wasn't going to bring this up, but the officers in NYPD had a lot of info on her. That's why Comey had to, because they said, either you go public with things or we're going to go public. So Comey did it himself. Comey also wrote the public statement exonerating Clinton in May of 2016, well before the FBI ended its investigation, causing an uproar in Congress. Yeah, we saw what an uproar. He's still walking around peddling his book, I should say. FBI agent Peter Strzok, who edited the early drafts of Comey's July speech, replaced the original phrase grossly negligent, a term that has criminal implications, with the phrase extremely careless, which is not a violation of law, which Loretta Lynch instructed him to do. Strzok later joined special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. Mueller removed him from the team after uncovering texts that showed he and FBI attorney Lisa Page carried on an extramarital affair, held viciously anti-Trump attitudes, and favored Clinton. Oh, as if that is the reason? Come on, give us the real reason why Mueller fired him. Because Mueller knew somebody got a hold of those text messages. Everybody on Mueller's team hates Trump. Moreover, Comey permitted Cheryl Mills, a longtime Clinton confidant who herself was a witness or a subject of the FBI email investigation, to sit in on the FBI's formal interview of the presidential candidate. Comey also agreed with Strzok's recommendation not to charge Mills and Clinton aide Uma Abedin with providing false statements under oath to FBI agents. They're still walking around. The two claimed they did not know Clinton was using a private server while she was Secretary of State, but emails later showed they were aware of Clinton's arrangement, and so was Obama, using a pseudo name where he denied it, and he's still walking around too. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein recommended Trump fire Comey for usurping the role normally left to prosecutors at the Department of Justice in July, 5 press conferences. He accused Comey of attempting to usurp the Attorney General's authority by publicly announcing why the FBI's case should be closed. Compounding the error, the director ignored another long-standing principle: we do not hold press conferences to release derogatory information about the subject of a declined criminal investigation, Rosenstein argued in his memo. We should reject the departure and return to the traditions of the Bureau. Yeah, right, Rosenstein wrote, the way the director handled the conclusion of the email investigation was wrong. As a result, the FBI is unlikely to regain public and congressional trust until it has a director who understands the gravity of the mistakes and pledges never to repeat them. It is essential that we find new leadership for the FBI that restores public trust and confidence in its vital law enforcement mission, Trump told Comey in a letter firing him. The FBI has not produced any records of Comey's meeting well beyond the 20-day deadline for FOIA responses. I wonder why. Both groups are asking the court to produce the records by a certain date and enjoin the FBI from continuing to withhold any and all non-exempt records responsive to plaintiff's FOIA request. So, in other words, Judicial Watch is getting the runaround. In filing the lawsuit, Neil Patel, the DCNF co-founder and president, said the growing evidence of a protect our own mindset at the DOJ is beyond troubling. Yeah, but this has been going on forever. That's not how America's supposed to work. It's not, but that's how it is working. The information we have requested is fully in line with the terms of the Freedom of Information statute, and we are thankful that Judicial Watch is helping us force the release of these basic facts. Who's saying that? If it's anybody on the left, that's for certain. They're lying with that. They don't want this coming out. Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton said Judicial Watch and the Daily Caller News Foundation are being stonewalled on key documents that could break open this scandal, which is why we are now in federal court to try to get the truth and accountability. Absolutely. They are being stonewalled. O'Neill Patel, DCNF co-founder and president, said, like they're not going to get to Patel, even if he is a good guy, let's say. They're blocking, this is not the way it's supposed to work. That's how it's been working all the time. Yeah, and they're stonewalling Judicial Watch. But, that meeting sort of just left Comey's memory. This was all a plot for the Russia witch hunt, and Susan Rice put that memo to herself, and it implicated the rest of them, so she wouldn't be implicated. She'd have some sort of leg to stand on if they ever started attacking her. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.